We provide that protected environment for people to convey their opinions, have a debate, have a good conversation.
Hi, and welcome everybody, and we hope you enjoy this podcast called On the Tip of My Tongue. Now, I'm Rob Edwards.
And I'm Jonathan Hirons.
And this podcast is a follow-up to a film which Jonathan made about aphasia. So, what is aphasia? Well, it's a condition caused by some kind of injury to the brain, which is often, could be a stroke, or could be just falling off a bike. And it affects your ability to use language in all its forms. Speaking, writing, reading, sending text, whatever. 350,000 people in the UK suffer from a debilitating condition called aphasia. Fewer than half this number suffer from Parkinson's, and yet most people have heard of Parkinson's, whilst almost nobody has heard of aphasia. Before we get started, I'd like to tell you about an opportunity to reach a really engaged audience. If your organisation supports people affected by stroke, aphasia, brain injury or disability, or if you simply want to align your brand with meaningful conversations, we'd love to hear from you. On the Tip of My Tongue has been downloaded more than 100,000 times by listeners who genuinely care about the topics we cover. We offer affordable in-podcast ads and sponsored episode opportunities. And because we read many of the adverts ourselves, your message feels like part of the conversation rather than an interruption. If you'd like to introduce your organisation to our growing community, visit http://tipofmytonguefilm.com and click Partnership Opportunities. Now, let's get on with today's episode.
My name is Julie Samuel. I'm the head of service and the lead speech and language therapist for Dyscover. I'm going to introduce the colleagues on the screen here.
My name's Caroline MacDonald. I am the coordinator for Dyscover's Aphasia Ambassador Group. So I help support our ambassadors, who are our members, to go out into the community and give talks to spread awareness about aphasia and the work that Dyscover does to support them. So I'm here in that capacity today. I'm also a speech and language therapy assistant, so I run some of our groups.
Thank you, Caroline. And Sarah?
I'm Sarah. I'm a Dyscover member. I have been coming for 6 years to Dyscover.
Brilliant. Thanks, Sarah. And Neil?
My name is Neil. Lovely people, but harder speaking.
Yeah. Brilliant. Thanks, Neil. And Deena?
Deena Graham, and thank you. Yes.
Brilliant. Thanks, Deena.
So let's talk a little bit about Dyscover.
So we are a specialist charity. We started over 30 years ago, started by a wonderful lady who is still very involved, our president and founder, still very much involved with Dyscover. She's a speech and language therapist and recognised there was a need for long-term support, even all those years ago. Once the NHS has done their wonderful input, it's then finding some help for the many years thereafter. So she started communication groups, which we continue to do. We do them both face-to-face and online. And basically, they are opportunities for people with aphasia to get together, have conversations, supported and facilitated by speech and language therapy assistants and trained volunteers. That's what we do. We provide that protected environment for people to convey their opinions, have a debate, have a good conversation.
So how many members have you got at the moment then?
We usually run around about the 100 mark. Varies slightly. We run 8 different groups,
Right.
plus a reading group as well. And obviously the support for the families too. So not just those sort of 100 members, but the ripple effect, if you like, of significant others as well.
So the actual groups themselves, do they do different things? Is there an art group or that sort of thing?
The format is basically similar. They're all conversation groups, but each week we have a topic. For example, this last week we were talking about ambition. And what did people want to do when they were younger? Did that happen? How did they get into their career? What would be their dream ambition? So each week we have a different topic that we talk about. And yeah, it's basically a conversation opportunity. And each group runs quite similarly, really, whether it's on screen or face to face.
Obviously, the main thing we're going to talk about is long term. Is what happens after a stroke. Everybody has a slightly different story, but it is the same story, isn't it?
It is.
Go on.
Yeah, it is. No, it'll be interesting to hear from the three members.
Yeah, indeed. Carolyn, could you manage this part of it? What we really want to ask is how people got their strokes and what happened, how they got aphasia and so on and so forth. If you could run that bit.
So we're going to start, and I'll ask Sarah first. Sarah, could you tell us when you had your stroke?
I had my stroke in December 2018, 7.5 years ago, completely out of the blue. When I had my stroke, I couldn't speak. When I was in hospital, I had only one sound. And then the 4 months I was in a rehabilitation hospital, I have to learn to speak again. I had only very few words. I had to learn how to speak and read and write. I have expressive aphasia, and I always struggle to express ideas. I'm okay with a simple sentence. For example, I'd like a coffee, but when I have to want to express an idea or more complicated sentence, I struggle. I think speech is the most difficult form of communication for me. Reading and writing, I struggle with, but comprehension, I'm less so. And I like it quiet. When I speak, my husband pauses the remote on the TV. If I want to speak, I don't like background or loud noises. Tiredness affects me, and I have to concentrate on my words. And sometimes it's frustrating and it's tiring.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. Neil, I'm going to ask you the same question. When did you have your stroke?
I had a stroke for 17 years ago. And before, yes, I know 12 years speaking tough. But, well, okay, speaking, but the language is different. And reading is fine. And
Reading's fine.
Writing, yes, writing is harder, but okay. But speech is difficult.
Yeah.
To talk and tough. Yeah.
How about understanding, Neil?
Oh, dear God. But right. Sometimes 99% fine, but sometimes not. But slow down, speaking slow.
Yeah.
But Sometimes,
Absolutely.
depends.
Has your improvements just gradually got
Yes,
better?
no, yeah, fantastic, good idea. But static and dump and wonderful, amazing.
So you were static, nothing changed for a while, and then you saw huge improvement, dramatic
Yes,
improvement suddenly.
honestly.
And was that initially after a short time, or did those improvements come later?
Sometimes fast, the minus starting and suddenly higher
Yeah.
speaking. But 1 year, nothing, and steadily fantastic. Or
Wow.
speaking, wonderful.
And even after, so your stroke was a long time ago, but even after 10 years, you're still
Yes.
seeing improvements.
Yes, absolutely. 100%.
Deena, I'm going to now ask you the same question. When did you have your stroke?
I think 13 years ago. Yes. And I not got any much, just yes and no. And then I go to
Dyscover.
yes, and slowly I got better and better, but I still not quite as much as Neil, because Neil and myself go together
Yeah.
when it first comes.
Yeah.
But I it's okay for me because I solely myself. So it's a bit difficult, but I still go, and it's okay. It's okay.
So you live on your own, Deena.
Yes,
So you don't have that conversation opportunity.
That's right.
So just thinking about your aphasia and how it affects you, you said your speech has got a bit better. What about your understanding of
Understanding is good. I what to say, but I can't say it. But it is good. Yes, yeah. Reading and writing, not difficult. It's in fact it's just the same. I was a PhD student, so it's very difficult.
frustrating for you?
Yeah.
You have lost that ability.
Yeah. But it's good, and that's the main thing. I want to be going slowly up, and I do. Yeah.
Thank you very much to everybody. It's really interesting, isn't it, to talk about 3 different people with 3 different sort of problems and solutions as well, which is the important thing. Is that everybody's got better in some way or form. I read something the other day. This is about strokes specifically, but people can recover from strokes. Medical model is being sort of not superseded, but they're saying, well, actually, it's not just what happens in hospital.
That's the big challenge.
Absolutely.
Jonathan, finding this support when we know that geographically there's very patchy access to long-term support. And we know that there are funding issues in terms of long-term support, even when it's described in all of the stroke models that rehab should be a long-term event. It shouldn't be just a short-term input, but funding doesn't allow that. So it's described in the model, but it's not possible at the moment for the NHS certainly to provide long-term support. So the challenge is really difficult, especially when lots of people don't know what aphasia is. We know that raising awareness is part of this challenge, if you like. And we know that it can be described as a hidden disability because it's not blatantly obvious. You can't necessarily see it. And so the public don't have a great awareness, I don't think, of aphasia. And that's an ongoing challenge in itself, isn't it?
Well, that's one of the things I'm doing here, really, is to try and get people to understand what happens after somebody's had a stroke, but you don't realise all the things that go with it.
Yes.
And when you end up with aphasia as well, just to make it doubly difficult, you have communication problems after somebody's been let out into the world, as it were. And you've got your groups going. But as you said, it's very patchy, isn't it?
Very patchy. And finding it is relying on probably a speech and language therapist to know about us and to then pass that information on to the person with aphasia.
Yeah.
And if they don't know about us, then they have difficulties knowing where to signpost.
When we talk about funding, to fund what? Because this is the other issue, isn't it? If you're a speech and language therapist, you go down that particular road, but the other side of the story, I suppose, is the long-term stuff. So what do you fund? Do you fund groups? Not you, but does one fund groups to the NHS for groups, or do they give people more SLTs? I don't know.
It's a big question. And I think in terms of sort of life participation, which is what we're aiming for, and being able to re-access back into the community, it's a whole big package, isn't it? Because you're looking at sort of self-esteem, confidence, returning to finding your identity, working on your communication. It's a huge package, really, that would be an ideal gold standard, wouldn't it, to cover a broad spectrum of areas that are impacted.
And I think that's the problem, is it? Because it's so diverse. The problems are diverse, and therefore what you pick on. So you might pick. I'm saying that the NHS or the funding organisation might pick on one thing, but miss another opportunity somewhere else. It's a bit like aphasia. Nobody knows what to do with it half the time, do they?
If we were funded, we would definitely grow bigger, and I think we would have more funding to market and to promote aphasia. I think that would be a great way of utilising funds to get people to know about charities and other third sectors out there. If we were funded in a format where we could do more and see more people, that would be fantastic.
Yeah. And the third parties are the ones that really need to be. I mean, the people with aphasia kind of understand it, don't they? Because one thing I've learned through all this is that groups are the thing that works for most people, because it gets people together. You're all together with the same similar problem. So you don't have to explain it to somebody.
Yes.
I have to explain it to people.
Yes.
If they don't know me.
Yeah.
This is the problem. I'm fit, and they're like, well, yeah, you sound all right to me. We all know that you get tired, and this is things, you forget things, or you can't express things. Getting that across to the man in the street or the woman in the street, it's very difficult. And then they don't really understand what you're talking about anyway. And you end up back where you started from.
Absolutely. Hopefully we can hear from you, the members here, what has helped within the group.
So is that a good opportunity
Yes, it is.
to ask through ambassadors about their experiences of Discover? So Sarah, to start with you again and ask you, when did you join Discover?
I joined Discover a year post-stroke. I have joined in 6 years I've been coming to Discover. And Discover is, in a nutshell, it is brilliant and a lifesaver for me. It has shown that I'm not alone, and it's a support group. It's all about friendship and support for me. In terms of speech, Discover makes it easier to speak. People are always very patient and gives you time to speak. Speech requires practice, Discover facilitates that, and it builds you confidence, and it is long-term support. Discover, I think, is good for me because it provides self-esteem and long-term living with aphasia. I have become an ambassador and for Discover, give presentations, and there is always somebody from Discover there to support me. I love being involved with the research and the training for SLT students, and that it gives you purpose and fun and makes you more confident.
Neil, how about you? When did you join Discover?
I think it was 12 years ago.
12 years ago.
Yes, similar Deena and similar. But language is difficult.
Yes.
Years, yes and no, and sometimes cat and dog, and but now, fine, but slowly.
Yes, slow progress. And how has Discover helped with your progress, with your improvement in language?
The people are fantastic, old and new, and 20 years old, and 80 years old.
Yeah,
But,
Different ages.
but the people are fantastic, lovely people.
Lovely. So you enjoy meeting other people, and
Yes.
you've obviously been an ambassador too.
Yeah.
How has that helped you?
6 years ago, and starting ambassador, learning and speaking. But okay, but speaking is, and the speech is slurred.
Yes, your speech is
Yes.
But
Also,
you still get
fine.
the message across, Neil.
yeah, but before speaking, beautiful. Yeah, speaking. But now, yes.
Oh,
Oh God.
You deliver some wonderful talks, Neil. I think you're very modest.
Yeah.
And demonstrate the challenges, but you get the message across.
Yes.
Yeah. What other opportunities have you had through Discover to help you?
Yes. 8 years ago, starting and starting editing, and at before. Oh God. 5 years. Oh, scared. But and the speech, no, editing is fine.
Yeah.
But,
So Neil, what was your job before your stroke?
At BBC, and that's 20 years ago.
Okay. Editing TV programs.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But stopped and good a little.
Yeah.
But start again 8 years. But the editing is simple. Yeah.
So you were involved with a research project with a university, with City University,
Yes.
through Discover. And what did you have to do on that project? That
editing.
you had to edit a film.
Yeah. But the cutting, slicing, and stuff. But simple.
Yeah. Simple for you, Neil.
Yeah.
For you.
No.
No, it showed you could still do it.
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
Brilliant. And now you're back working for the BBC again.
Yes. Freelance.
Freelance, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Deena, can I ask you the same question? When did you join Discover?
It's same as Neil. We both go together. So that's, yes.
You joined at the same time. That's lovely.
Yes, yeah.
And how does Discover help you? How has it helped you?
Well, friendship, and because I used to be a lecturer, and so that's my good thing. And then I got a stroke, and oh dear, what's happened to me? But now I feel much better, and I still go to cycling once a week, and Pilates.
And so you've been an ambassador for Discover as well, haven't you?
Yes.
How does that help you?
A lot. I feel much lecturing is for me.
Lovely for you to work with students. With speech and language therapy students, helping them to understand aphasia. You're almost back in your lecturing.
Yes.
Really lovely. Great, thank you.
Yeah.
Again, very interesting to listen to. 3 different people doing different things with aphasia. So back to Julie. So what about the long term for Discover? Obviously, more funding would be good. But overall, what are you trying to improve at the moment with what you do? It sounds brilliant already. It doesn't need much improvement, but I'm sure you're going to tell me otherwise, aren't you?
We've been through a few changes recently, including moving to a new building. So we've had a little bit of a change in where we run our groups, but we've settled into that really nicely now into the new building. I think going forward, we meet with other aphasia charities, which are part of the Aphasia Alliance, which I know you know about, Jonathan.
Yeah.
I think what we're thinking about is what can we do together, having a bigger voice, as much as obviously Discover continuing to grow and continuing to strengthen. But what can we do as a group of charities across the country? How can we strengthen our voice all together and actually increase aphasia awareness? I think that's our immediate sort of goal, really, is to try and find a way that we can do that as one voice. Yeah. Some of us went up to Parliament in June and strengthened our demands for challenge to support people with aphasia. But it's an ongoing story, isn't it? This is an ongoing need. Yeah. And I think we just need to find ways where we can collectively and cohesively raise awareness. So I think that for me is really important. And as far as Discover goes, that continues to be the case of reaching out to people who need support and finding ways to do that, getting that message across.
Just remind me how much your reach is as Discover.
Yeah, we're based in Leatherhead and Kingston upon Thames. We run a group, but we also run online groups. So the address that comes anywhere. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Nationwide or even international.
Even abroad.
Even abroad.
Even
exactly.
abroad.
Even abroad.
Even
yeah.
abroad.
So the online groups really reach out to people who don't have anything locally, but definitely want to continue with having support.
I often talk about this. It's fine if you live fairly close to a group, but in certain parts of the country, we're talking 50 miles to go to a group, and it's not possible. Well, it is possible, but it's expensive. Takes a lot of time, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So I think the cohesiveness probably is something to do. There's some sort of network has to be set up, doesn't it? Really, that where you can, wherever you are, you're only 10 miles from somebody with aphasia. That's like
I mean, I think exactly. I mean, I think what's interesting is the people that have joined our Zoom groups actually report the significant benefits from being on screen with other people with aphasia within the group. They report similar benefits. And so if they can't get to be face-to-face, then this is a really good alternative.
The 2 things there, one is technology and the second is COVID. Because I think COVID started a lot of this sort of stuff. Zoom which we're on now, leaps and bounds because of COVID, not because of anything else. The technology's come a lot quicker, and it's a lot better. I mean, I did some Zooms a long time ago, and they were awful compared to what we're having now. And here we all are. We can see each other. The quality's good.
Yeah, it's amazing. It is.
Neil may disagree, but
Don't.
just going back to your point, I think getting people together, rather a disparate group of people doing the same things, and everyone's doing wonderful things, but they tend to be doing it in little boxes here, there, and everywhere, aren't they? So how you fix that, I don't know. What did the government have to say? Not much, probably.
Not much.
No, it's a surprise.
Challenge.
Yeah.
It's a challenge, yeah, absolutely.
It's a challenge. And to be honest, you don't die of aphasia, do you? And this is the problem. And I think with a lot of government organisations, it's not a burning issue, really. In that sense, it is to people with it. But generally speaking, it's not high on the list. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, not
in
the
a very
priority.
long way round. It's not a priority. That's right.
Not considered the priority when it should. They're looking at maybe swallowing difficulties and the high risks of swallowing post-stroke.
Yeah.
But the long-term effects that our members are describing are significant.
Caroline, you've got a list, haven't you?
Yeah, I have.
Go for it.
There was one last question we could ask the ambassadors, which was about any other type of long-term support that they've found helpful. Sarah, what other support have you found?
I have met people through Dyscover, and I see them regularly. I do golf and swimming weekly. I did it as a Discover activity 2 or 3 years ago, but now I meet them at the same time and do the activity of whether it's golf or swimming, and have a cup of tea and chat, and lovely. And
Fantastic.
also Discover asked me to be a peer reading group leader, and so I PowerPoints, and I lead the reading group, a weekly reading group, and it's lovely for me to do it, speaking and reading and IT regularly, and it keeps me on my toes.
Sounds like it.
Brilliant.
Thank you. Neil, what other long-term support do you get from Discover?
Yes, activities and
Out of Discover, I should say.
Yeah. And coffee, meeting up.
Yes.
Lovely groups, and for 1 hour and 30 minutes.
Okay.
Speaking but lovely people.
So you meet outside of Discover at a cafe. Where exactly do you?
And Teddington.
A hotel in Teddington.
Yes.
You meet for a coffee.
To 10:30. But fantastic, amazing.
Right. That's great.
Yeah, but
meeting in a different setting.
Yes.
And in terms of other people that maybe you get support from, family and friends.
Yes, my and woman and Irona but wife and speaking for 30 minutes speaking and talking the big but difficult sometimes okay and sometimes stupid, but and I like speech therapy.
Yes.
Yes.
You have a speech therapist.
Yes, Monday, Tuesday, and Friday.
Mm.
And lots of money. And but
Lots of money.
yes,
That's
but
it.
and speaking, okay, 1 hour, Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, but speech difficult, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you put a lot of work into your improvements.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but improving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Great. Deena, can I ask you now, and I think you might have mentioned a few before, but other types of support you get outside of Discover?
Yes. Speech therapy and all. I go to speech and Vicky, who is very good, and she's always very good, very good. I do that's and that's all. And of course, cafe. That's for yes.
You go to the same cafe with
Yes,
with
yes.
Neil.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's very good as all.
Do you do activities too?
Yes, cycling and Pilates and
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
So all good for me.
How does the cycling work, Deena? Can you tell us a bit about that?
I go to cycling, Bridget and I, and we go Butchie Park and we go together on the yeah.
So they're
Yeah.
specially adapted bikes.
Yes, that's
Okay.
right. Yes, and it's fantastic. Always good, and I think sometimes I think, oh God, no, but I go anyway, and we get along so well. Yes,
Brilliant.
and 4 miles we go. Yes,
How
yes,
good.
yes.
pretty
So
good.
it's very good. Yes.
And you're chatting at the same time.
Same time.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Good conversation practice.
Yes, yes.
That's
Brilliant.
wonderful. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Caroline.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's fun, isn't it? It's, they have more life than I get. I'm stuck in my studio doing this.
Fantastic podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, well, this is great. It's so much fun doing this, actually.
Yeah, great. It's great to hear.
It's
and
very
great
hot as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Brilliant. Thank you, Jonathan.
No problem.
Thank you.
No, it's been great to talk to you all, actually. It's been good fun. And there's a lot of life going on after aphasia, isn't there? Or with aphasia,
Yes.
should we say?
Yes, yes.
Excellent.
Thank you for listening to this On the Tip of My Tongue podcast. We hope you found it helpful and informative. Now, if you want more help and information about strokes and aphasia, please go to stroke.org.uk, Say Aphasia, that's S-A-Y, aphasia, all one word, .org, or the aphasia page of nhs.uk. This has been a Buffalo Lounge production. Please follow Buffalo Lounge on all the socials.